Welcome. Today we're going to be taking a look at Munchkin Disney. This is a 3 to 6 player card drafting hand management adventure game where you take the role of characters on this adventure. You'll be kicking open the door and fighting monsters, collecting treasure, and leveling up your character, trying to become the ultimate Disney fan. How do you become the ultimate Disney fan and win the game? By being the first player to reach level 10. Now that we know what the winning condition is, let's take a look at the components, setup, and how gameplay works in Munchkin Disney. Now let's take a look at the components. You have role cards. At the top of each card has the title of the role. Below that is a picture of a character. In the middle of the card, you have a special ability. And at the bottom of the card, you have a level tracker. Trackers. These will track your levels. Door cards. There are 10 different types of door cards. You have monsters. At the top of the monster card, it has their level or combat strength. In the middle of the card, it has their name and effects. Underneath the effects, you have what happens if you lose to the monster. At the bottom of the card, it has how many levels you will go up when you defeat this monster. And on the bottom right, lets you know how many treasures you will gain when you defeat this monster. Monster Enhancer cards. At the top of these cards, you have how much it will enhance the monster. In the middle, you have its effects. Some of the cards have Disney magic on them. These effects can be unlocked by humming a song from that movie or saying a line from that movie. Then on the bottom right of the card, you have how many more treasures you will gain by defeating a monster that has this enhancement. Wandering monster cards, cheat cards, class cards. At the top, you have the type of class, and at the bottom, you have the effect. Super Munchkin card. This allows you to have 2 classes. Motivation cards. The type of motivation is at the top, and their effects are in the middle of the card. Extra motivation cards. One-shot cards. And curse cards. Next, we have treasure cards. There are 4 types of treasure cards. Armor. These cards have the type of armor in the top left. At any time, your character can have a hat, body armor, shoes, and either 2 one-hand weapons or 1 two-hand weapon. The middle of the card has the effect, and the bottom of the card shows you how much money you would gain if you sold it. For every 1,000 in gold, you go up a level. Ally cards. This will give you a bonus which is located at the top and has an effect at the bottom of the card. One-shot cards and go up a level card. Die, which is used when losing a battle. And then finally, your rule book. Now let's take a look at the setup. We're going to be setting this up for a 3-player game which takes 4 steps. Step 1, get a role. You'll randomly give each player a role card. Step 2, get player components. Give each player a tracker and place the tracker on 1 on their role card. Step 3, shuffle, deal, and place decks. Shuffle the treasure and door cards. Deal 4 of each deck to each player, then place the remaining face down in the center of the play area. Step 4, place the die and choose the first player. You'll place the die next to the decks and choose a player to be the start player. Now let's take a look at the gameplay. A game consists of a number of turns until a player reaches level 10. They must reach level 10 by defeating a monster. A turn. A turn has 3 phases. Kick open the door, look for trouble or loot the room, and charity. Now let's look at each phase in detail. Before kicking open the door, you want to make sure that you have your equipment or arrange the cards the way you would like, including your class items or ally cards. Then we go into phase 1. Kick open the door. You'll draw the top door card face up. If it is a monster, you must fight it immediately. If it is a curse, it applies to you immediately. Any other type of card goes to your hand and you can play them immediately. When fighting a monster, you would compare their combat strength or level to your level. During the combat, other players can help or hurt you by playing cards. Other players can choose to help you in your fight, or they may make a deal to help you in your fight, and then you would add their levels to your strength. If you lose, you must run away. When running away, you would roll the die, and you're trying to get a 5 or a 6. If you do not get a 5 or a 6, then the bad stuff on the monster card happens. If you defeat the monster, then you would gain the rewards and level. Phase 2. Look for trouble or loot the room. If you fought a monster in Phase 1, you would skip this phase. The player would either look for trouble, which is playing a monster card from their hand, or loot the room. They will be able to draw a door card to their hand to play later unless it is a class or ally. If they drew a monster card, they could use it on themselves or another player in a later turn. If they drew a curse card, they could use it on another player. Then we move to Phase 3, Charity. This is where you will play, sell, give away, or discard down to 5 cards. You may play, sell, or give away cards down to your hand limit of 5. When giving away cards, you must give to the lowest level player first, and then if they are tied, then you would split them however you would like. And if you're the lowest level, you would discard them. Keep in mind that at any time, you can discard a class, play an ally, or go up a level, or play a curse card. Anytime that you're not in combat, you can trade with another player that is also not in combat. You can change your equipment or play a card. Anytime during your turn, you can play a new class, sell items, play an item, and if you sell 1,000 gold worth of items, you would go up 1 level. If a card has Disney magic on it, it has an added ability if the player sings, hums, or quotes music or lines from that movie. If you're fighting multiple monsters, you would combine their strength or levels. If you lose the battle and you die, you would lose all of your items. Starting with the highest level player, all players would get 1 of your items. Then we would go to Phase 1 for the next player's turn. And then turns would continue until a player reaches level 10. The first player to reach level 10 is the ultimate Disney fan and wins Munchkin Disney.